Alright guys, how's it going? Rabid here, and today we are looking at some tuning of our newest rig we just built. It is sitting on our desk for testing purposes. And not only are we just going to look in tuning, we're going to look how we actually got this finally working in HiveOS. Alright everyone, so how is it going? Yes, we're here again. We're going to look at some tuning of this CPU mining rig. Now if you haven't seen our other video, please check it out. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. Greatly support the channel. We also have a nice fancy join button, donations in the description, all sorts of good stuff. Anyway, enough about that. So here is our workstation desk. There's a little microphone for our live streams, and when we do use our actual PC, a little bit messy right now, but yeah, whatever. Point of this video is we are actually going to be tuning this. We're going to go through some of the stuff we did last time in Windows, how we actually came up with our numbers, but most importantly, we are looking at how we actually got this working in HiveOS, and that is what a lot of you are actually excited for. Okay, so here we are. We're in our workstation. Now, a nice hash. We kind of went over this in the last video, and we did a little bit of tweaking. That was for Windows only, but this still applies because I do like to tweak in Windows before I go into Linux and HiveOS and our BIOS settings to actually set everything up. So we can go to nice hash. We're going to go through all this stuff here. We only need to really scroll down to this page here to see where you only need to go up to. So first things first, you are going to want to set your XMP timings in your BIOS when you load into Windows. We'll show you how to do that later on in the video. If you already know how, then you're set already. But we're going to need to open up, where is it? Our Typhoon burner. It is right here. This reads your RAM. So you're just going to click on read, and any one of these, it does not matter. So we're just going to click on the first one. Now we have our report. So we're going to click report, scroll all the way down. We are down. Now show delay in nanoseconds. You're going to want to click on that. And then you're going to want to export complete HTML report. So you click on that. It will name it based on your RAM. I'm just going to go video so we can actually see it really easily which one this is. So we're going to hit save. Now we're just going to hit report again because you are going to need these numbers. I'm just going to minimize our clock tuner. So next up, you are going to want to load up your our DRAM calculator to get our numbers here. So all the information for this part here, so you're going to have to fill out from here to here, just down to your motherboard from your processor. Everything you need is here. We know mine is AM4. It's set at that. We are Samsung B die. You can see right here. Samsung's the manufacturer. Die density B die, 8 gigabyte B die, and so on. So all your information will be from Typhoon. So once you get all that, we're all set here. Yep. So now we're going to import the XMP that we actually exported out of our Typhoon. Here you can see it is video. So you're going to open that, click on calculate safe. Now you have all your safe timings that you can put into your BIOS. You will need to do this even for Windows, this part here. You can use Ryzen Master. I don't really recommend it, but a lot of people use it. So use at your own discretion. You can use it if you actually want to. You can also calculate fast. It changes some of the other timings and voltages on the other side. But I usually use safe. It is the most stable. Now you can calculate, you can turn on. This kind of helps you in your BIOS. You can see what the default settings are. That way, if you think you're in the wrong spot and the number matches up, then you're good to go. So I like to keep that on. Now you're going to calculate safe. Now take a picture of this because you won't be able to see it once you go in your BIOS. So right now I just smash a picture. Done. You know what your settings are. You can go tweak that in your BIOS. Now, the only numbers you actually need for your safe mode is what we brought up in the nice hash here. So here you can see you only got to go up to right here. So that is your, we'll blow it up so we can actually see what that is. Where is that? So that's to this one right here. I can't highlight it. So these ones, your TWTRL. So you only have to go to those numbers and that will give you a nice safe preset. Like I said, if you calculate fast, you will have to set other numbers later, farther down in the list. But for your nice safe settings, you only need to go down that far. Now use at your own discretion. You can do whatever you want. It's your PC. So once you get all that, like I said, again, a picture. So we have all that set up. Now we're going to want to go into our CTR 2.0 RC5. This is your Ryzen clock tuner. You're just going to click on tuner. Then you're going to click tune. Now here it will go through all of your go through all your cores, your threads. It'll run different voltages through them. It does take half an hour to an hour. It's different each time you run it, but it does take quite a bit of time. So just let that sit. It will do a bunch of tests over and over again until it's finally done. Once it is done, you'll just click on profiles. And then this one will be canceled out. It's a different version. So you're just going to click on save your profile. That'll bring you your numbers here. And if you plan on using Windows, you just punch those into your Ryzen Master right here. So again, you will need Ryzen Master if you plan on running in Windows. So once you get everything plugged in, like I said, I have all these right here. I usually take a picture once I have it plugged in the Ryzen Master. So here you can see my settings are 1.25 volts and on CCX0 of our CCD track. So these 6 cores are 4.25 gigahertz across the board. This is 4.1 down this line and 4.125 down this line. Again, 1.25 volts. These are my settings. You can try them for you if you want, but this is what the other version. I should probably run this newer version of Tuner through my workstation and try something out. But now you pretty much have everything. So next up, once you get your picture and everything of your DRAM calculator and this, now we're going to stop and we're going to reboot and plug everything into the BIOS. So here we go. Okay, so here we are. We're set up. I plugged my monitor and stuff back in. So we're going to turn it on. Now you're going to want to spam your delete key like so. You know, you don't have to be super professional to do that. Just keep smashing delete until you actually see your BIOS pop up on your monitor. I know I hate recording the screen, but I'm going to have to for this. So there we are in our BIOS. I'll just kind of get set up here and then we'll continue on. So hopefully you guys can see this all right. I hate recording the actual monitors, but this is the mining rig, so I don't want to put any like screen recording software in it. Plus you can't really do that once you're in the BIOS or anything. So this is all the only option we really have. Anyway, some of the first things you do got to do, what I actually did, we're in easy mode right now. So I went to my fan info here. You can see I set the fan to go to 80% right at 40 degrees. That's usually what the smallest amount of CPU mining with like CN heavy algorithms and whatnot, they tend to go to about 42 degrees. So I just set it at 80, so that way anytime it's mining, it is on higher fans just to help keep your CPU as cool as possible. Anyway, so that's just a little thing. You don't have to do that. Default fans does work. This is a bulky cooler. So we're going to go into our OC settings. Like I said before, your XMP profile. Depending on your motherboard, it could be called something else. But this is XMP right here. And as you can see, just profile 1. That's all I have mine set at. You can also, this one does have 2 profiles. 1 is the most stable, but you can try 2. It's up to you. 1 is supposed to be a little bit tighter and faster. But yeah, I'm just going with profile 1. As for our actual overdrive, so here we have our CPU core voltage, and this is where I set it down to 1.25 volts, just like we had in Ryzen Master and whatnot. So here's our 1.25 on our override for CPU core voltage. Now, up here we can see where I multiplied my actual, I'm going to turn it up actually a little bit because I did tweak it down from what the calculator actually told me. So let me just bring it up and I'll show you exactly what my settings told me to use, but I thought maybe it might not be stable, but I never really tested it to find out. So I don't know if you guys can actually see this. I'm gonna bring my phone up here. There we go. Those are the settings that it told me. So it's like 4.3 there on that side, and then 4.1, 4.2 and 4.225. So I'm just gonna change these based on what mine tells me, so you can kind of see me change my own settings here. Again, the camera's shaking everywhere, but depending on your BIOS, things will look different. Originally, this did have it on all core, so you will have to switch it to do it per CCX. So now they're back on auto, so we're on default, so I got to redo the whole thing anyway. So here we are, so 4.2525. So I'm just going to change that, 4.25. Here we go, 4.2525. The first line, the next line is 4.2, so we're going to go 4.2. Now it's timesing it by 100, I believe, so 42 is 4.2 gigahertz. Getting all mixed up here. Anyway, so next up, we're doing 4.3 on both of these. So this one did give me a little more than my previous processor did. I don't know if it's a silicon lottery thing or if it just decided to pump it up a bit. That's why I did go down a little bit, because this is the highest I've had so far. But there you can see my settings on each one, exactly the same as Ryzen Master. Now we're going to scroll down. We still got our CPU voltage in at the override. Yes, we do. All right, that's all looking good. Our XMP is set. Now, if you want to change your DRAM actual timings, your frequency there, you do have to scroll down a bit and find your advanced DRAM configuration. Here you can see where I actually changed mine. Now, the ones that were the same, I left at auto, and the ones actually in Ryzen or in the DRAM calculator is what I set. So this should, well, that one should have been left at audio. Oh, these are the settings I have now. So as you can see, auto stayed the same, stayed the same. This one was different. So those are the settings I changed. The ones at auto I didn't change because they were the same. So this is how you set up your RAM timings in your BIOS. So like again, like always, different BIOSes have everything under in different orders and whatever else. So now we're going to go to settings. One thing I do want to point out for system, not the system, when you first boot it up with your power cable, I talked about your power management for booting up. So this will be off right here, default. That's why you keep needing your power switch. So if you go to restore after AC power loss and turn it to power on, you will never need your power button again. Every time you either turn the PSU off or on, it will turn off or on by itself. So no need for a power switch once you turn that setting on. Now, depending on your cards and what you want to do, you can set all your PCI Express settings, which is also in your advanced here. Here you can see what I have mine set. This is Gen 3 and everything, so that I can run this 4 GB card at maximum hash. I am running it on the main time 16 PCI Express slot, allocating as much bandwidth as possible. 4G decoding is off, but you would turn this on, obviously, if you're mining on a whole bunch of cards. Anyway, so that pretty much sums up our BIOS. Next up, we will go into HiveOS and show you how to actually set that up. Okay, so it might be a little bit louder now, but the rig is running right beside me. Here we are in HiveOS. We're going to make a quick flight sheet just for the CPU itself. We're not going to worry about the GPU right now just because we're going to tune that. So we're going to go into our flight sheets here. I'm going to add a coin. So we're going to go XMR. I'm going to show you what kind of problem I was having earlier. We're going to Monero, and then we're going to go to MoneroOcean. MoneroOcean, yep. Select pool, apply. We're going to apply XMRig new. Then we're going to set up our miner config. Now I was using here the MO fork, so that was supposed to be for MoneroOcean. And I couldn't figure out why our CPU was not actually doing the hashes it should have and all that good stuff. Don't forget, we do need huge pages of 1248. So we got 1248 for our huge pages. That is like running as admin type of thing when we were in Windows. So here we are. We have our Monero fork here for MoneroOcean. And now we're going to apply changes. All good. So we're going to name this as testing for video. So we're going to create the flight sheet. There we go. Where is testing for video? Right here. All right. So that's in there. We're going to go to our actual miner now, rig 2. We're going to open up our flight sheet. I'm going to turn on the camera here. Okay, so the camera is now recording. Now we're going to find our flight sheet, testing for video, send that to the moon, and it should be loading here. And now it should pop up on our screen soon. We'll see exactly what's going on. It doesn't like... See, there you go. It's testing it. Everything is good. MSR mod, it's not saying MSR mod isn't there, any of that good stuff. It's starting its benchmarks. Now watch what happens when we actually come into, what's it called? RandomX and whatnot. There it is. Here's the RXO algo. And we don't get the hash. We're only around like 12 or 13,000 hashes when we should be around the 15,000 range. So we're only at 11,600. Same with RxWow, which is Nero. That's just like 18, 19,000. It is higher in RandomX. And let's see what it comes out as. It's 11,400 also. So we're not getting what it is. Also, it is red. And I could not figure out why we are not getting the hashes. Now, I'm just going to turn off the flight sheet here. Flight sheet's off. Restarting. So our screen will be there. I'm just going to keep the camera rolling through all of this. So now we're going to go back into here, and I picked one out for, where is it? Testing again, MoneroOcean, XMRig. No, I want straight support XMR. There, here we're going to go with XMRig. Now we're just going to send that to the moon. And look what happens when we run straight XMRig. Now, I never tried this before, and I probably should have because I would have realized there's something else going on in HiveOS with this. So here we are. We're going to run support. We're going to mine Monero, straight to support XMR and getting the true hash rates. Oh, it's got to install its miner and everything. So here we go. It is now booting up, ready to go. So once it does its timing thing, we should see the hashes that we're actually getting with these settings and what MoneroOcean should have been getting as well, but it wasn't. So here we are. It is booting, dead air, just waiting. So once we're just gonna sit here and wait and see what happens when it actually hits. So this is again just XM rig going straight in. I did do actually some different settings here. So and if we edit it, that still didn't pull up the hash rate. So in here, I have these. All you gotta do is click here. Like here, I'll get rid of these right quick. We'll just delete everything here so you can see what I'm talking about. So delete. So all you gotta do is here, click here, and bam, it has those. So apply changes. I don't know if that actually did anything. I was getting the same thing, but I thought, hey, why not? Let's throw those parameters in there and see what happens. But that's what this rig right now is running for straight XM rig. So just waiting for the hash rate to actually hit. There we are. We're hitting 15,246. Just let me check the camera to see if you guys are actually seeing that or not. Yeah, it looks like you guys can see it. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, we're over 15,000 hashes. Now we're only getting 11,000 on that benchmark when it came to that. I was like, what is going on? So I did some research, looked a bunch of stuff up, couldn't find anything. I knew something was wrong. It wasn't running MSR mode. It's hashing like it was when, what's it called? When you don't run it as admin in Windows. So finally, it turns out that you have to manually run a custom miner. So for a custom miner, I just got to find my old one so I can get the link. I will have this link in the description for you guys. So where's the installation? Right here. So I'm just going to set this custom miner up for you guys right quick. Cancel this out. All right, so we're going to go back into our flight sheets just to set up this miner to show you for displaying purposes. So flight sheets, add miner. So we're going to go to here again. We're going to go XMR. We're going to pick our Monero wallet. We're going to go MoneroOcean again. MoneroOcean. Yes, Gulfstream, that one. Now for miner, you're going to want show all and then scroll all the way down. You're going to want custom. Now we're going to have to set up the miner by itself. So the install URL, it took me a while to actually find it, but I finally did. And here we go. I tried a whole bunch of different ones and it would not install. Just kept getting errors and errors. So anyway, we got this. Like again, this link for the installation URL will be in the description. Now we need our pool URL and everything. Oh, now I got to get all that. But yeah, anyway, so for our wallet and worker templates, we are going to just follow this. So percentage wall, this is the most common. So percentage wall, percentage, then we need dot. Now we're going to have to go percentage. I believe it's worker underscore name, percentage. Now let me check that to make sure. Worker underscore name. Yeah, so we're good there. As for pool URL, I'm going to have to run into MoneroOcean right quick. Home, we're going to go to help. And we're going to go to configure settings. And we need this one right here. That is our URL. So we're going to put that in for our pool. And then we will apply changes. And we will call this testing for video with a bunch of twos. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody there. Okay, so now we're going to go back into our miner here, go to rig 2, grab our flight sheet, and find testing for video 2 right here. Now we're going to send that to the moon. Hopefully my camera is still recording so you can see all this. It should be exiting and it should do its new algorithm. Every time you restart this in HiveOS, it doesn't save like Windows, so your system restarts, reboots, whatever. It will redo this benchmarking over. But here we are, we're benchmarking again, but now you can see it's a cyan color and it's not red like it was before. The other miner, I guess, after digging into it, is the MO version, but it's not the profit switching to every coin. The XM rig MO fork only profit switches between RX algorithms like Monero and what was it? What's the other one? Like WowNero, those type of ones. And it only sticks to the RX algorithms. And for some reason, I don't know why, but the hash rate just wasn't there. But now we are using the true MoneroOcean 1. Again, 0% donation. There's no fees to use this miner or anything. But now we're actually getting proper numbers when it comes to doing this benchmark, and we will be mining what we're supposed to be mining in Windows. So it took me a little bit of time to figure this all out. Hopefully this does help you guys out. We'll just let this test here and you guys can actually see it. But this does work now. It is set 100%. Now, yeah, I'll just let it go so I don't just cut it off and you guys think I'm lying. So we'll just watch this, fast forward it, or I could just edit it, whatever. Probably best to go. It does take a little bit of time till it finally gets to the RX algorithms. While that's doing that, I guess I can kind of show you the flight sheet. If you wanted to mine with it as well, why do I have 38 more messages? Doesn't matter. Erase. So yeah, now we're going to look at actually turning the flight sheet. We'll look at making a flight sheet for mining while that's doing its benchmark thing. Just so you guys can see it, guys, we'll kind of hit two stones with one deal here. So we're going to go to flight sheets. I'll just go to the edit here. So my actual flight sheet is right here that I'm using. So for the most part, you do exactly the same thing. Here's our setup miner config, same settings. Here's our URL, same stuff we put in here, our download. The name will go in automatically once you put the installation link. Done. Now, if you want to add GPUs to the mix, all you got to do is click down here, add miner, and see, it'll do that. So then you just set it up. So here you can see I set up Ethereum in my crypto.com wallet, mining the flex pool with LOL miner because it is a 4 GB card. Now, if I wanted to throw, say I wanted to mine ETH on some NVIDIA cards as well. So I'm going to use the same wallet, same everything, same pool, flex pool. We're going to use US West because I am in the western part of Canada. And for our miner, we're going to want T-Rex. So Hugwa's not showing it. Oh, you got to do it individually. T-Rex miner. I did it wrong. There's a hyphen in there. So there we go. I would update that. Now when I hit OK on this, it will tell my AMD card to run LOL miner. Now, if I had a 3060 on this as well, or an NVIDIA card, it would kick them all into high gear and they would be mining as well. So that is how you set up, say, a 3-miner system in HiveOS running a different mixture of different cards. Maybe I'll try to throw a bunch of AMD cards and NVIDIA cards on this to show you how they actually hash together. But that is how you would actually do that right now. How's our testing doing over there? So there we are, RX 0. So there we are, 15,261. You can see right here. So yeah, we are hashing good. We're doing the proper benchmarking and we're good. So that is how you would actually get this to run in HiveOS. So I am going to shut this off now because I want it to go back to normal. So we're going to kill that flight sheet. Done. See you later. So this is the one I've actually got set up because my other rig is running off it. So there, we're going to send that to the moon and it's going to run through its benchmarks and everything again. But you don't have to worry about that. I like to make sure everything's closed. They're done. Okay, looking good. So here you can see our other rig is running with a 4 GB card as well. There it is, hashing away. CN Heavy XMR. Yeah, looking good. Everything's awesome. So let's look over there. So yeah, see, it is benchmarking again, but that is it. So this is how you would set up everything for HiveOS. I hope you guys this worked out for you. If you want some help, Discord link is in the description or comments, whatever. But join the Discord. We also want your rig pictures for Sunday live streams, all that good stuff. So if this helped you out, please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Share these videos. Share all my videos all over the internet. Let everybody know about the Rabid Mining phenomenon that's sweeping away. I don't know about that. That might be a little too much. But for the most part, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. I hope this helped you out. And Rabid out.